Hey everyone, happy Wednesday. We've made it to the middle of the week and this is one of my favorite days now. I said it last week too. It's just so inspiring to be able to hop on, especially with our amazing Spousely vendors and community leaders, and just learn more about how we all are turning the impossible into I'm possible. And I'm so excited for today's guest. Her name is Allison, and she is just an amazing person. She's a military spouse, a children's book author. She's a podcast host. The list goes on. I'll let you do your introduction, Allison. But first, I wanted to say thank you to you because, one, for all of your ongoing support with Spousely. And also, I think it's been, a year since I was on your podcast. You were one of the first people to have me just be able to share about Spousely and what I was doing. So thank you for all of that. Yeah. Has it been a year already, by the way?
It has. It has.
I know. I was thinking about that. I was like, man, isn't it crazy what can happen in a year? I feel like there's just been so much. It's been such a whirlwind, obviously. A lot of ups and downs for all of us, but hey, we're here today and I'm excited.
Right. What a year, right? And congratulations to you on an entire year, and what a year to begin.
Oh my gosh, right? Launching right before a global pandemic. Who would have known? I wish somebody would have told me.
We're not fortune tellers, unfortunately, right? So, but you have done an amazing job of keeping afloat and keeping Spousely timely. And so it's such a genius concept, which I know I have conveyed to you last year, but again, it really is an amazing venture, an opportunity for military spouses. So thank you, Monica.
Well, I appreciate it. And I thank you so much just for being on this journey with me and obviously believing in it from the start. It does take time. We both know to grow a business from the ground up. And the best piece of everything is just having amazing people like yourself just on this journey together. I cannot wait for the day that we can finally, hopefully all meet in person. That's where I'm struggling. It's like, wow, right. Launching a company right before a pandemic, everything is virtual, and we just have so many amazing people in our community that I can't wait for the day that we can all just be in the same room together.
Yes. And I'm fully vaccinated now.
Nice. That's exciting.
Yeah. For me, everyone has their opinions and their thoughts on that, but it's exciting for me. And
yeah.
And like you, I want to be able to get back out. I want to be with people, and being able to get out in the community as an entrepreneur, it's so important.
Oh, you froze.
Sorry.
You're good. You're back.
One of the first. Am I good now?
Yeah.
Okay. One of the first things that I started to learn was that without community,
yep.
and without that personal networking, and it's wonderful to be online, but without being able to be in person with one another and truly get to know each other and promote each other, that is so important with business. And so I'm there.
I know, I hear you. It's such a powerful, just communication is such a powerful tool. Just being able to, sit down with someone and learn from them and share your stories over like a cup of coffee and just truly get to know one another. It's just amazing what that, networking and communication can truly do, not only for our mental health, but also for business too. So absolutely. I'm excited to hopefully have that day here soon. And I'm sorry, I totally took the shine off. We kind of jumped right into it. It's always a great conversation with you, but I would love for you to introduce yourself. Tell us more about you and how you've turned the impossible into I'm possible while navigating this crazy lifestyle that we live.
Sure. Yes, I'm Allison Klakowitz. That's a hard name. So I am an Army spouse out of Fayetteville, North Carolina. My husband has been stationed out of Fort Bragg for many, many years. We're kind of the odd Army military family, as that we've pretty much been here our whole military career, or at least my whole military career.
Yeah. Hey,
Right?
I can relate to you. We've been very lucky to have stability as well, and we are definitely some of the fortunate ones because that's not the case, as we both know, for our lifestyle. But yes.
Sure. So, of course, some people would say that's unfortunate, as
Oh,
I
really?
haven't been able to get to have that worldly experience. I have been able to travel some and visit him as he was on TDY assignments in different places. But we have been here for many years. I am the author of, I have to show, of Mommy's Big Red Monster Truck. Oh, look, we've got your puppy too.
Yes. We'll talk about
Yeah,
it more in a little bit.
yes. And I am the creator and host of Hodgepodge Podcast and blog. Types of inspirational people, from military spouses doing amazing things like you, on to children's book authors and other writers, authors, creatives, and just anyone that's doing something amazing. I love to highlight stories. I had a background many years ago in journalism and writing.
Yeah.
So it was always a dream to have my own little NPR
Yes, I can
station,
totally
right?
relate. So,
And so that has been a wonderful journey. Prior to that, I'll kind of go ahead and jump in.
yeah.
A little background about me. I worked actually for many, many years. For 15 years, I was in a human services career, and I was a rehabilitation counselor. And prior to that, um, worked in mental health and was a social worker. And so it was something that had stemmed from my journalism career. I enjoyed covering social services and really enjoyed being a part of a community, um, of helping hands.
Yep.
And so I did that for many years. And about 5 years ago, I decided that I kind of wanted to do something different in life. Um,
Isn't that
I
funny how
was,
that happens? We just like are like, okay, what's next?
yeah, I'll be honest. I was a newer military spouse, but an old military
No.
spouse,
Oh,
if it makes sense. Husband until, oh, did I go out again?
you're good. I don't know. We're just having a little bit of
Okay.
it's all good.
Okay. So I met my husband when I was 31, and we married when I was 34. And so, I was coming in as a person who had already been very independent,
Yep.
was already well on my way in my career, my job. And so coming into the military lifestyle was
You're like, whoa, wait a
very,
second. This is different.
yeah, yes. And I had been out living my best young professional life, right?
Yep.
In Wilmington, North Carolina. I was a beach girl. And
Yeah.
so he brought me back here to Fort Bragg. And
Nice.
so, yeah, so it was a huge adjustment, and mindset, and just trying to find my place here. I remember feeling for a long time that I didn't feel like a military spouse.
Yep.
Because I'd not lived that unique lifestyle, and earlier on, I didn't have a child yet.
Mhm.
And so trying to find my place was very difficult. Um,
Yeah.
and I didn't have a lot of time. I was working full time, and then I was in graduate school working on my master's degree. and and my husband, he brought me here, and then he started deploying, right? And I was like,
And you're like, wait a second, now I really feel like I'm living this military lifestyle when that
right.
takes place. Yeah.
Right. So it became very obvious, that I was going to have to work hard to find my place in this
Yep.
community. And there were times that it was very depressing. It
Yeah.
was very hard. And so I'll kind of jump forward a little bit. We have one son who is now 9 years old, Mac. And
Wow.
yeah, and
That's so
so
exciting. I feel like he's just like growing up so fast. I love seeing all your photos and stuff.
yes, he'll be in the fourth grade. He'll be 10 next
Oh
September.
my gosh. That's the age for fourth grade. I'm not ready for that. The twins are going to be 5 in August, so we're
Yes,
halfway there.
just take it slow. Just
Yeah.
enjoy each moment.
Yeah.
And that kind of is the point, is that I wasn't enjoying moments.
Yeah.
And so I decided that I really needed to better get to know my community here in Fayetteville and Fort Bragg.
Yeah.
And so I transitioned from being this crazy full-time go, 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 go mom
Yep.
to coming home and kind of reevaluating, taking a mental health break for myself, to be more available for myself, for my son. And like I said, my husband, he's special forces. So
Mhm.
they were, he was traveling a lot.
Right.
And so there was, and before I transitioned home, there were so many moments in those busy days that I was, it was just me with my son. And I think all moms experience that to a
Yeah.
degree, right?
Right.
But I would take the preschool in the mornings, and he was obsessed with monster trucks
Oh,
when he was like 2 or 3 years old. And so every day we would be driving to school, and we would have these conversations because a big truck would pass us by, and he would say, "Mommy, I wish you drove a big red monster truck." And it was just so absurd, me driving a monster truck, but
you're
it
like,
was
sure,
so
let me add it to my list that I'm trying to navigate right now.
exactly like like moms are so busy, they take on
Yeah.
so much. But I loved it, and it was annoying at times because he was obsessed with them.
Yeah.
So some days it was, I have to wear a monster truck shirt, or
Oh, wow.
right,
I have
everything
not
had
shown
to
my son that there's monster truck shirts yet for me. I don't know if I want to expose to that.
right. I was tripping over little monster trucks
Yep.
all over my house, right? But it was really adorable that he would see me in this light of that I would be, at the wheel
Yeah.
driving this big, amazing truck. And I thought that it would be this wonderful analogy and an idea for a children's book. And so when I did come home, that was one of my goals. I was, going to refocus on my writing career, which is what I had always wanted to do. If
Yeah.
you had asked me 6 or 7 years ago if I would be doing what I'm doing right now, I would have laughed. I would have said, "No, that's impossible," right?
Right.
I had spent way too much time and energy devoted to my former career.
Yep.
So, but I decided in my 40s,
That's amazing.
yeah, that I was going to change direction. I guess my midlife crisis, right? But it has
No.
been an amazing journey.
And you've like,
And go ahead.
oh, I was just gonna say, and you have just been able to turn it into something so incredible. It's just, and so that was all inspired while your husband was deployed too, like when, because you're driving him or to work.
Right. many times, that Adam would either be on TDY or he would be in a training. It's not only just deployments that
Yeah.
we suffer this,
Yep.
being estranged from our husbands because they are doing things away from home all the time, even
Yeah.
if it's a training exercise
Right.
on base, right?
Yep.
So it, there, yes, it was, these moments in time where sometimes I felt, you feel like the single mom.
Yeah, I mean, it's so true. There's a lot of different hats that we wear as
And
spouses.
different.
I don't really quite know how we do it all. It's a juggling act, but it's something that we just continue to do because that's all we know is, what can we do next? What can we add to our plate? And how can we continue to be, good at something else that we want to try out in life? And you've definitely taken it by storm by having this whole full plate of just so many expertises and just being able to, create something that just was an idea and turning it into reality, which, by the way, the twins love this book so much.
That makes me so happy, and I'm really excited to announce that the second book in the Mommy's
I
Big Red
saw
Monster
that.
Truck series is coming out late summer, early fall, and it's going to be a series of seasonal books that I'm going to be putting out over the next couple of years.
So is
So
you going to be driving a bunch of different trucks, like color monster?
no, Mommy's Big Red Monster Truck is going to remain the
Okay, it's
center
the one.
idea, but there will be different storylines, and you'll see the monster truck come to life a little bit more in each of the series books.
Does
So,
one of them have to do with the beach by any chance?
oh yes,
I
yes,
was
I would.
gonna say,
Yeah.
I can totally see that being in the next book. Maybe, the monster truck, like, well, whatever you decide to do, maybe it's a boat monster truck.
Right, right. The possibilities are endless,
I
right?
know. And when did you say that's going to start coming out?
It should be launching late summer,
Okay.
early fall. I'm still working on with my publisher and illustrator and getting some of the final details ready.
And the illustrations are amazing, by the way. I just love,
Yes,
there's nothing better than just, something that's just so colorful and fun. And it's almost more than like a book for them. It's an activity as well, because it just brings everything to life.
it does. It offers a geography lesson, a journey across the U.S., and an introduction to the world, and that was very important to me to show moms guiding their children on this journey,
Yep.
and to brighter and better and futures. And I think that the book does a good job. I'm going to be working on some additional resources, and then also through my blog and podcast I'm able
Yeah.
to provide that too. So it's really a dream come true for me, Monica. And it really is. Once you have that dream, something I write in most of my books says "drive towards your dreams,"
I love that.
with the inscription, because you have to take the will. If you
You
if you
do.
have if you have a dream, you need to put it in action, and you just have to keep driving toward each level of that dream.
Exactly. And you have to keep your foot on the gas and you have to
Also,
keep going
learning,
forward.
yes, in order to grow, right? So,
Yeah.
I'm excited to grow with Spousely, and I just adore our military spouse community, and I adore what you're doing for that community.
Well, I appreciate you so much. I appreciate you hopping on with me today. I know we could talk for hours. I feel like it's one of those things with everybody that's been part of the Spousely community. It's just such a great feeling just to be able to support one another, to be on each other's journey, and to just continue to be inspired by each other and everything that we're doing. So I am honored to just have you guys a part of our growing community and so many exciting things in the works. And if you're interested in checking out this adorable book and getting ready for the next series to come out, make sure you check out Allison's shop on Spousely, and I will make sure to add the link as well. And I appreciate you joining me on this lovely Wednesday, and let's catch up again soon, Allison.
Definitely. Thank you so much, Monica, and thanks to everyone that joined us today.
Yes, thank you. Have a good rest of your week and enjoy your weekend, and we'll talk again soon. Bye, guys.
Thank you.